The mother came to deliver meals to her daughter, but was suddenly choked by a psychiatric patient in the hospital. Yet the daughter, who worked as a doctor, passed by and saw the scene, but remained completely indifferent. Fortunately, the father arrived in time and saved the mother, but he couldn't help reprimanding his daughter for ignoring her mother. However, the woman said she had to focus on her work. With that, she turned around and left coldly. Seeing this, the father was deeply confused. After all, the mother and daughter had always had a very close relationship. He couldn't understand why his daughter had suddenly become so cold-hearted. He thought there must be some misunderstanding between them. So the father arranged for the injured mother to be admitted to the hospital where his daughter worked, to make it easier for them to resolve their misunderstanding. Before long, the woman walked in with a lunchbox. Seeing this, the father immediately made an excuse to go get medicine, leaving space for the mother and daughter to talk. But when the mother started eating, she found that all the food was spoiled. Upon asking, she learned it was yesterday's leftover rice. The mother was just about to question her daughter why she had given her leftover food, when the woman impatiently snatched the rice bowl and threw it into the trash can. At this moment, the father outside the room could no longer contain his anger. He walked straight in and scolded the girl, stating that although her mother was her stepmother, she had been taking care of her since she was 4 years old, had always raised her as her own biological daughter, and that the girl used to be closer to her stepmother than to him, her own father, wondering if she had really forgotten that. But in the face of her father's questioning, the woman remained cold and unyielding the entire time. Later, she even called away the nurse who was applying medicine to her mother, causing her mother's condition to worsen. When the mother was discharged from the hospital half a month later, the woman drove to the hospital gate. The parents thought she had come to pick them up and take them home, but the woman said she had already packed her luggage and would no longer live with them. The father immediately flew into a rage and stated that if she kept acting like this, he would cut off their father-daughter relationship. The mother also cried and begged her daughter not to move out, yet the woman drove away coldly without a second glance. It was not until a few months later that the mother accidentally saw the woman carefully taking care of a hospital director. She couldn't help stepping forward and crying, saying that her daughter hadn't come home for months, yet was here taking care of a stranger. As soon as she said this, it immediately attracted onlookers from passers-by. Everyone thus thought the woman was an ungrateful person who had abandoned her parents for the sake of her career. They all began to accuse her, and even took videos and posted them online. Seeing this, the woman had to quickly push the director away, but she never expected that this incident would continue to escalate online. A few days later, the woman was invited to participate in a medical talk show, but when she arrived, she found out that her parents had tricked her into coming to the show, wanting to expose their daughter's true colors as an ungrateful person to the whole country. The woman knew she could no longer hide the truth, so she told her father that the elderly person she was taking care of was actually her grandmother, and that her stepmother didn't even recognize her own mother, which meant that the stepmother was not her real stepmother at all.